there could be some major upsets in the Big 12. Let's talk to the 10-12 network folks about that. I'm about to scream West Virginia so loud right now. Oh, just.
I set the table. I set the table for this.
Dun 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 dun. dun. Everything's just kind of bum 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 bum. Here they come, the West Virginia Mountain, and then it's Penn State and West Virginia, and there's Neil Brown, just goofy Uncle Neil Brown on the sidelines. You just look at him like, what a.
The beard, the goatee, the facial hair.
He's got a little more swagger. I love the Neil Brown lore. There's some old clips of him at Troy where he's just a goofball, just a little like dude in music videos and stuff. And he was so fired. He was so fired last year going into the season. Like dead man walking. It was weekend at Bernie's. That's the guy who's kind of supposed to coach our football team, so we don't have to pay this buyout. And then he wins games. And now he brings a West Virginia team with dynamic running back duo. I think they're unsung. West Virginia's kind of always been that way. We didn't really talk too much about them. I remember going back to those Kansas State teams that were really good in the early Big 12 West Virginia days, and the Baylor teams. They got so much publicity. West Virginia's just the oh wow, cool, good for you guys. And Hudson Clement being in the wide receiver rooms, this guy who could be a star. And then you go Garrett Green, who's really good at football. And I think West Virginia over Penn State, because it's in Morgantown, is not that great. James Franklin, discipline. Guys will be ready, no doubt. But I'm going to convince why not? I'm the Big 12 guy. I'm going to convince myself that West Virginia is going to beat Penn State this weekend.
I mean, I've already said on the show, like I planted my flag. I planted my flag on Twitter weeks ago. I'm planning it here. Like I think this is going to happen. Andy, I'll let you go. Then I'll leave. I'll finish with one last note.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say Penn State, West Virginia. Like that's the only one that I could realistically see an upset happening. That I would consider to be an upset. Like Southern Illinois losing to BYU or Southern Illinois beating BYU. I don't know if I would necessarily call that an upset if BYU has the problems that a lot of people think that they're going to have. Like. It is in a
BYU,
lot of sense.
BYU is a 16.5 point favorite.
No, and I do,
which is really not. It's not a ton, honestly.
But I do understand that. Like a Vegas upset, it will be. But like if we're looking at this now, would it surprise people? No, not really. Like I have a hard time seeing anyone who would be that shocked. I think there would be people that would be legitimately shocked about West Virginia beating Penn State, and yet I don't think that they should be. And like you said, like I do think that this is a game that West Virginia is going to win because they're going to be at home. I mean, I think that's really what it comes down to. They played Penn State really well last year, right? In a year that they were not supposed to be any good at all.
Yep.
And that was in Happy Valley. So bring that home with a team that has a lot of confidence, that is not dealing with the fact that their head coach is probably going to get fired at the first opportunity. This is a team that's going to be very confident, and I think they're going to kick their season off right that way.
Might I say we had some disastrous early games in the Big 12 last year, from Miami of Ohio to South Alabama. There was a point week 4 where I was like, are we all bad? Do we all look around and just decide to be bad now? There is a world in which we see Southern Illinois beat BYU, Wyoming beat Arizona State.
There's the other one.
Houston lose to UNLV. Tarleton State had a guy rush for 164 yards last year, and Baylor was 3-9. So, that's a top 20 FCS program. We could see South Dakota State beat Oklahoma State. Hello, South Alabama. We could also see North Dakota State beat Colorado. There is a way in which this is a disastrous weekend for the Big 12 when it comes to upsets, even at the FCS level.
No, yes. It's, again, I noted this. You go look at Bill Connolly's SP Plus rankings, like South Dakota State's like 41, North Dakota State's like 70 something. I think South Dakota State's either 1 or 2 spots ahead of Colorado in those rankings.
But I think that's my point. Like if you look at it, yes, it's a Vegas upset. But if you look at the relative, if you look at the relative strengths of the teams, like with where Baylor was and where Tarleton State is, like I don't know that would necessarily be a huge upset like a lot of people think it would be. It would definitely be an upset. I think it would surprise a lot of people.
There's a difference between North Dakota State, South Dakota State as FCS teams and like top 25 Tarleton. Like I get it, but from a Vegas standpoint, yes, I think there is going to be a week 1 upset. I would hope that there's only one, and it's West Virginia over Penn State.
Yeah.
The Arizona State Wyoming one is like Arizona State's currently a 6.5 point favorite there.
And that might be the one where I'm like, yeah, I mean, we saw Wyoming last year beat Texas Tech. And
thank goodness this is not in Laramie. Some schools understand you don't, but
Never play a road game in Laramie. Don't do
ever.
it.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
just don't.
Yeah, hosting.
Also,
Wyoming's
never play a road game at night in Reno. That sucks. That's horrible.
Many are saying.
Reno after dark. Scary place. All right, this has been fun. I cannot wait. The season is here. The wait is over. I am thrilled.